자, 여러분 안녕하세요. 엄군입니다. 자, NBA 2K20 밀워키 벅스 대 LA 레이커스 경기 12월 20일 경기 한번 플레이 해보도록 하겠습니다. 상당히 빅매치죠. 밀워키 벅스가 이번 시즌 굉장히 물론 최근에 패배하긴 했는데 연승 행진도 엄청나고 아무튼 굉장히 핫하기 때문에 사실 지금 능력치상으로는 그렇게 잘 모르겠지만 내일 굉장히 팽팽할 겁니다. 아마 레이커스 연승 끊었던 것도 밀워키 벅스죠. 다만 이제 데이비스가 지금 오른쪽 발목 부상이 있기 때문에 내일 출전이 불확실하다고 하긴 한데 일단 현재는 로스터에는 포함이 되어 있기 때문에 넣습니다. 일단 야니스 아데토쿤보가 엄청나죠. 물론 이제 최근에 댈러스 매버릭스한테 져서 연승행진이 끊기긴 했는데 거의 LA 레이커스 연승행진 끊었다는 것 자체가
Well, for the Bucks, they come into every game with confidence, and this game is no different. Two elite teams putting each other to the test. A lot on the line in this one.
바로 저기 아나운서들 얘기하죠. 엄청나다.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for James.
And guys, in the past 10 games, he's stepped up his role in the offense in a big way. His usage rate has increased. He's finishing off a lot of possessions, and that's just how this team wants it.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
The Bucks took a massive leap in Coach Mike Budenholzer's first.
A feeling no doubt mutual. Thanks, DA. We've got great athletes tonight, Brent. Much of this game we think will be above the rim.
This is going to be fantastic. I hope we get out into some fast breaks where these guys have an opportunity to get their feet together, rise up, and get the fan. Not only them getting up, Kevin, but the fans getting up out of their seats.
You and I will be getting up, though. We'll be standing up.
You for sure will be up.
Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Anthony Davis is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3 slot. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Matthews and Middleton the 2 wings. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard. And here's Matthews for the 3. His first shot is a miss, 0 for 1 to start the contest. LeBron James on the wing. He's covered by Matthews. Green kicks to Caldwell Pope. Right side Davis. 5 to shoot. Caldwell Pope outside. Gets the 3-point before.
And truth is, I like what the defense does there, but KCP with the high release undeterred.
DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. To the inside, Green. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First in the East and overall best record with those 60 wins last year. Just a great season and a great playoff run by the Bucks. Unfortunately, fell victim to a backdoor sweep in the conference finals.
You know, Brent, the Bucks had never lost 3 games in a row all of last season until that Toronto series.
Think about how much that might impact what it is they rely on coming into this year, where they're not going to let that loss last year in the playoffs define them. It's a big learning curve. They had an opportunity. They were that close. They can hold on to that motivation all year long and get back to that opportunity this year in the playoffs, they'd be better for it.
Here's James after Wesley Matthews score, and the Lakers with another turnover here. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
Yeah, drawing fouls is tough, but the important part about that is when you get to the free throw line, you got to turn those into points, and it might have cost them in that last ball game, missing all those chippies.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Milwaukee's gone 0 of 4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Giannis against Green. Here's Giannis. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target.
Giannis so good in the paint, steps a little bit outside to the mid-range, and has the size and skill to get it done.
Middleton outside. Pass to Lopez. Takes a three. And James pulls it down.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
As good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
And the three-pointer, a big part of KCP's game. About half his shots come from out there.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
It's just not easy to contain or control LeBron James. A nightmare when trying to stop him, especially on the drive.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
Bucks trail by 3. Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. Matthews against Green. Lopez up top, passes it to Middleton. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Outside Matthews, knocked away. It's stolen by Green. And that one is hammered home.
Well, how about LeBron reading the defense, waiting and being patient there until the gap opened up to deliver.
DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. From outside the arc. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Pretty much not a player in the league is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
Here's LeBron, and he banks in the layup.
It's so difficult to stop him. Even when you hit him or pull at him or tug him or talk to him, none of it works.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Yeah, you know they wanted a few of those plays back. What a tough way to go out in that one.
Yeah, really a game that they should not have lost, but sometimes even when you play your best, it might not be good enough.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Caldwell Pope. Bradley's checked in for Danny Green. And Cook subbed in for James. Now here's Bradley. He's coming off a 13-point game against Indiana. Player development, not just a coach's job, Brent. Something you're active in right now. And, you know, there are some players who are playing coaches, who are terrific mentors and teachers on teams.
There's no doubt about it that there are guys. I think about first what Vince Carter has provided to the teams he's been around in the past couple seasons. Zach Randolph to some degree was doing that as he moved from Memphis to Sacramento. But there are guys who are still players and that are on the floor contributing and doing big things like Chris Paul and Mike Conley that are such huge attributes to an organization when they start to introduce the changeover in their roster or the next phase of their team. You got to give a lot of kudos and appreciate the fact that players who've been that great for that long accept and willingly accept, Kevin, the role of teaching young guys and paying it forward.
And role players that have been like Calderon and Haslam, who have not been stars, but have been important parts of their organization.
Also, tremendous examples of what it means to be a professional day in and day out. If your responsibilities aren't as great as the top 4 or 5 players, there's still things you can do to make your team better on a daily basis. Those are 2 great names, Kevin.
Now here is Hill, following the miss by Anthony Davis. Hill, and there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Longer than most players at his position, and with that frame, I like how George Hill uses it all to score over the defense.
Now here's Bradley, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Davis, and finished off by Davis.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. Connaughton passes to Corver. Lopez outside. Back to Corver. Deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Better offense from Corver there. Trumped the defense. He's just a lights-out shooter who doesn't miss many shots like that.
Here's Davis. Here's Howard. And it's slammed in by Howard.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great. Scoring is coming in bunches. And both of the teams feeling confident right now.
Milwaukee with the ball. Following the bucket by the Lakers. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Well, he's not a locked-in starter these days, but Brent, George Hill can be effective off the bench.
Comes in at the 1 or the 2 guard position, can guard the 1 through 3 positions. And because of George Hill and his massive amount of playoff experience, there's a lot of confidence in the coaching staff to get George out on the floor, and then he's going to make the right play at the right time.
Brown is checked in for Pat Connaughton. And then for Los Angeles, Alex Caruso. He's checked in for Bradley. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Cook.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
Now here's Rondo. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Here's Caruso. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
로페즈가 원래 시카고에 있던 애 아닌가? 이렇게 자유투를 다 못 넣지?
And the second free throw, good. Bucks have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Outside Corver. Releases. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one. Here's Rondo. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
He sees the court so well, Rondo. As soon as the lane opened up, he was all over it.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And from the line, he's knocking it down about 71% of the time, and that's a percentage that needs to go up.
Hill kicks to Ilyasova. The kick out to Hill. From deep three-point range, and no good on the last second attempt this time.
Yeah, Rondo sometimes gets it in his system that defensively he wants to disrupt the game, and he's doing it now.
Back to the action after this word. Robin Lopez talks about the importance of being the anchor on the...
That's something I relish. It's something you...
And Greg, that's why his teammates love him.
Absolutely. You can tell Lopez really wants to make an impact on defense, on every possession.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
We've got Brown. Robin Lopez out there with Ilyasova. Then there's Hill, and it's Korver in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee. It's a 5-point game. The kick out to Brown. It's stolen by Rondo. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Rondo's speed right there, a big help on that play. He uses it well to knife in there, get inside, pick up a foul.
Halfway through the season here, Brent, how do coaching staffs shake things up and keep things fresh over the long 82-game season?
I think coaches who are really smart, Kevin, can be a bit programmable where they're looking ahead at the schedule and saying there are blocks of games here in which we might try to change some of our defensive steam, maybe over this 10-game stretch or 5-game stretch. Or
to keep things fresh, or
yeah, because you can only do it on the mental side. As much as we talked about guys getting rested and sitting out games for maintenance issues and load management and those kind of things, the tweaks that you can make on the floor in terms of a couple of new sets on offense or defensively, let's make this challenge for the next few months, will grow the foundation of what coaching staffs are capable of doing with that team as they go on.
James in the post. Giannis is there, and it's James missing. Bucks trail by 8. For 3, Middleton cans it from downtown.
Well, Middleton hovers around that 40% mark from downtown in his career. It's a good-looking shot there.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. Now, we all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, "I guess that's what being an All-Star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win." Kevin?
First-time All-Star and well-deserved. David, thank you.
Sometimes it takes a while
저
for all
쿤보한테
that length
당하네.
in Giannis to catch up to those feet, but once he does, man, he can explode.
Middleton against LeBron. No good, unable to end this run.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Ball's knocked loose, and the Lakers with possession here. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Hill.
Interesting to watch LeBron James at the line through the
잘
years.
보냈죠.
Has tried many different free throw strokes. Not a bad free throw shooter by any means, but always tinkering.
Wesley Matthews checked in for Milwaukee. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for George Hill. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Contavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Danny Green, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Avery Bradley in for Rajon Rondo. Well, he coined the name himself last season. Brent, are you willing to call Brook Lopez Splash Mountain?
I am, but I think Brook Lopez was also looking for some kind of deal so that him and his brother could get free rides for the rest of their lives.
Milwaukee's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Bounce pass Middleton. Matthews, no one around him. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Matthews has got the lead up to 1 now for the Bucks. Bradley passes to McGee. James right side. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Giannis.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get
쿤보한테 안
somebody else
되는데.
going. 2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
괴물이네,
timeout
제가.
called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Chris Middleton's an interesting story. I remember when he signed his first extension and talking to, at that time, his head coach, Jason Kidd, that Chris was dealing with living up to the contract. I think after that first season went by, he settled back down, got him into a position to earn this second contract. And now he knows where he belongs. He knows how important he is. Oh, man. Oh, I would love to see Giannis in the dunk contest. Wouldn't that be sweet, Kevin?
Lakers trail by 5. James with it. 20 points for him last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Antetokounmpo.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends.
자유투 참
He's become a much
엄청
better
안 들어가네.
rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
And the Bucks with possession here. He kicks it to Lopez. Pass to Connaughton for the 3. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And it's Cook with the ball for Los Angeles. They trail by 7. A shot by LeBron, no good.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Lopez dishes to Antetokounmpo. Back to Lopez. Fires from deep. Hit from three-point range. Lopez has got 6.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Now here's Bradley. Defense is right there. James in the post. Covered by Giannis. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Clock at 4. Here's McGee. Good D by Lopez. On offense, here are the Bucks. They've got a 22-run goal. What a pace. And there's the pass to DiVincenzo. And 1:01 left in the first half. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. And now it's a 12-point Bucks lead. Caldwell Pope finds James. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Back to James. That one's good. Just his third make. Brings him to 3 for 8 in this game.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Giannis passes to Lopez. And it's off from three-point range.
Not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
In the foul on Avery Bradley. That's his first foul. Bucks leading by 10. Here's DiVincenzo. Beyond the arc. And that one's good from Connaughton. Connaughton's got 6 points in the quarter. Caldwell Pope outside. And there's the feed to Davis.
Outstanding job by AD to get close to the basket, get the ball in great position, and force the defense to resort to fouling.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips. And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And that concludes the first
야,
half.
11점 차로 몰아놨어.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 12 points. And
after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half. And he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Yeah, there's not any guy defensively that was bodying him up or contesting the shot. So right now he's feasting.
Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's McGee in at the 5 spot. Here's LeBron. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, there's no stopping LeBron right there. He's done that thousands of times.
Brett, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player, but you know the role that he had for the teams that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, you spent many seasons watching him very closely. From year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
Changing ends quickly, he's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
어우, 3점 바로 또 때리네.
8 points for Wesley Matthews.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Davis kicks to McGee. Caldwell-Pope outside. James against Middleton. Good D by Lopez. Here's DiVincenzo. Misses off the right iron.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime? Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
Nice.
Caldwell-Pope's got 11.
One thing LeBron James can dictate is how his teammates get going. Smart pass there.
Giannis kicks to Lopez. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's falling here since.
Davis finds Caldwell-Pope. The rebound by Middleton. Middleton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And again, the Bucks miss. Lakers trail by 4. Caldwell-Pope passes to James. And
Nice, James.
Los Angeles with the triple.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Lopez outside. Off target from 3-point range.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that
Jump.
foul.
A relatively rare trip to the free throw line for Green, averaging just 1 attempt per game over the course of his career.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. And it's Sterling Brown in for Wesley Matthews. The Lakers also changing it up.
Nice
White checked in for JaVale McGee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Caldwell-Pope. Rajon Rondo subbed in for James. The shot's good from Kuzma.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
If there is any concern for Anthony Davis, it's that early in his career, he has dealt with a lot of injuries. But, Brent, he does play a high-impact start.
You think so, Kevin? He's one of the top 5 players in the league, and at his position is absolutely exemplary. Think about it. 7 seasons in New Orleans with the Pelicans and 13 playoff games to show for it. A change of scenery, an opportunity in Los Angeles to play with LeBron James. It's going to be interesting to see where it is his career goes from with this move.
That's to DiVincenzo. Lets it go from 11. That shot off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
너가 3점 쏘면 안 되지.
Passes it to Davis. Clock at 6. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Here's Lopez. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And the fun-loving personality Lopez has makes him a likable teammate. It's clear that they love playing with him.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Sterling Brown. And George Hills subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Howard, the pass to Kuzma. Can't get it to fall.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop.
아,
They
팀
were
파울
all
걸렸어?
over.
The Bucks shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. He's off on the second.
Well, Mike Budenholzer winning the Coach of the Year for the second time.
하워드
He's had such a
진짜
great mind
중요한
offensively
순간에
and came in with a new system for this entire roster, one that they embraced very early on. I think it was really important last year, training camp, establishing that type of confidence. It carried them through for the entire year.
Giannis, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Good, the assist goes to him.
아, 저 쿤보
16 points for
안
Giannis.
나갔었네.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
And there's another turnover by the Lakers. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, Budenholzer, a big reason they were a top offense last season.
Well, we talked a lot about Bud ball. You add Giannis Antetokounmpo in there, and Bud's ability to pair Giannis's unique skill set to the way that he wanted to play. They really changed a lot of what they did offensively, and it felt very, very seamless.
Kuzma kicks to Howard. Over onto Antetokounmpo.
아,
Trying to
하워드
bank it
저것도
in,
못
but he
넣어.
misses.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
오, 다행이다.
Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
There's 25 seconds left to play here in the third. Kicks to Hill. On the top of the key, it's good. Hill's got 9.
Well, that pick and roll unleashes George Hill's ability to create a little bit more in this offense. He gets into the space he needs that time.
Here's Kuzma. Lopez with the block. Outside, out of the Kumbo. And as we end the third quarter,
또 다시
great game. Both teams playing well.
역전했다가 4점 차 됐네.
And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an
밀워키가
advantage
역시
if your
강팀이
off guard
강팀이네.
can make plays so valuable.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then there's Hill. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Connaughton in at the 2-guard spot. And
르브론
last
나왔어.
season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. James
골대
comes in
포-
for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Avery Bradley. Giannis up top. Covered by LeBron. Trying to get open is Lopez. Antetokounmpo with the bucket. Giannis has got 19 points.
Yeah, Giannis has the hard hat on right now, going to work. So good, so long, and just terrorizing the D.
And with
그렇지.
that, the Bucks lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Cook.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Lopez, no luck.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Here's Cook.
아하.
Missing. Hill with some nice D. And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Pass to Lopez. And here is Hill. Back to Lopez. And it's sent
Nice.
back by Howard.
Well, that's where he is just a force. Such a great internal
Ah.
block in terms of his timing
일부러.
to go up and block those shots, Kevin.
And James picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Matthews, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. Anthony Davis comes in for Quinn Cook. Hill.
아, 리바운드를 뺏기다니.
That's a battle down there. It's one of the reasons Lopez
천천히
has been
6점 차.
in this league for over a decade. Solid effort.
And Kyle Korver picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Chris Middleton's checked in for the Bucks. And the Lakers also making a switch. Green's checked in. Here's James. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul against Milwaukee.
A great job by LeBron in that instance at getting some contact and then going straight into the foul.
The Bucks making a switch here.
아.
DiVincenzo's checked in.
아, 갑자기 자유투를
Milwaukee
못하겠지?
leading by 5. Giannis kicks to Middleton. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And
아, 왜
Matthews gets it to
놓쳐,
go.
수비.
Well, Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
Here's James. Lopez with the block. The tray. Drains it
와.
beyond the arc.
아, 이러면 안 되는데.
10-point Bucks lead.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
And they double up James. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look.
Nice,
Yes, and
Caldwell
it's
Pope.
LeBron picking up the assist. James has got his 4th assist in this one. Giannis against Davis.
아,
3 for Matthews. JaVale McGee grabs the miss. Lakers trail by 7. Caldwell Pope passes to Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Davis against Antetokounmpo. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Davis.
After leading the Bucks to an incredible year, Giannis Antetokounmpo wins the most valuable player trophy. A very emotional speech that night talking about his family and his brother and the impact they have. But really, how about the impact he's had on the Milwaukee Bucks franchise and what kind of aspirations they have on the shoulders of this young Greek talent?
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Middleton on the wing. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. And
Nice.
out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Los Angeles calls timeout. Last season, Brent, Giannis played like he knew he was the best. Even finishing off dunks by yelling, "I'm the MVP."
Wow, you do that well, Kevin. Yeah, Giannis was incredible. And I like the fact that throughout the course of the season, there seemed to be laser focus on every night competing and getting better. He's just shouldering the responsibility of this entire franchise. And I'm looking forward to see where his game goes from here.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during that last timeout, I listened to Frank Vogel talk to his
오.
team. He wants them to
아, 왜
maintain
레이업
their
시스템이냐.
balanced
그냥
attack.
점프
He
슛하는.
told them they're doing a great job of finding space out on the perimeter, which has led to all those good shots. He likes the rhythm and the flow of this
그렇지.
offense. He just told them, keep shooting it with confidence. Kevin?
A chance here to get a quick injury report. And now David Aldridge has an update for us on Ersan Ilyasova. David, what's the news there?
Hey, Kevin, I spoke with the head athletic trainer for the Bucks. He said that he does have a broken nose. It's definitely a painful injury, but not a worst-case scenario. It's unfortunate timing all around for them. Of course, they will need to band together while he's out. We'll see how they respond. Kevin?
Good information, David. He's certainly been on our minds. Now, at least, Greg, we have a little more clarity.
Yeah, now they have the information they need to take the best course of action.
Everybody wishing the best for him. We all know how badly he wants to be out there playing alongside his teammates.
그렇지.
And the slam dunk by
동점.
McGee.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Here's DiVincenzo. James covering. DiVincenzo passes to Giannis. It's stolen by Davis. He kicks it to Caldwell Pope. LeBron outside. And they double up James. To the paint. Here's Davis. Oh, and they take the lead.
Well, AD defining the word clutch on that one. Huge shot there.
And so Giannis will bring it up for the Bucks. 1:27 left to play in the final quarter. It's good from long range. And it's 13 points for Wesley Matthews. Boy, right down the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Just shake your head at the size of LeBron James, and once he gets into the paint and gets pinballed around, gets that contact and finds free throws.
And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
And how about the composure there at the line? A ton of pressure on those free throws, and he knocks them both down.
Here's DiVincenzo. James covering. The pass to Antetokounmpo.
Nice.
No good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Caldwell Pope. Great D that time for Middleton. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter.
Oh.
No one near him. Good.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, Greg, is that the biggest shot of the game?
LeBron dishes to Davis. Green, the pass to Davis. From deep. Nailed.
나이스.
And no problem having Green take big shots in big games. He's been tested.
Timeout called the Bucks. They're behind by 2. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Hill, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And so it's Milwaukee now. It's in! Huge shot to tie it up.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is a star in this league, and more the team trusts him in those moments.
What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
그렇지.
As soon as Davis receives the ball, you just know he's going to take it at the D, and the basket there was big.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They trail by 2. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Outside Hill.
3점만 안 먹히면 된다.
It counts. And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Well, Hill coming up clutch and seizing the moment.
Feeds it to Caldwell Pope. Right side Davis. Pass to Green. The 3 from LeBron. Oh, and a chance to win the game, but the last second shot is offline. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. And we'll be back with you right after this. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wings. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Hill
아,
at the point
노마크에
guard
3점
position.
들어갔었어야
Hard
되는데.
work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Timeout called, the Bucks. And so it's Milwaukee with it. Passes to Lopez. Shot clock at 6. That 3 off the mark.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming, Kevin.
그렇지.
Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And there you go, a confident scorer. KCP coming up big when they need it.
야, 레이커스로 내가 연장전까지 갈 줄이야.
Antetokounmpo against Davis. Giannis outside. The shot
그렇지.
that time not on target. Great D that time from Davis. Right side Green.
아,
Rebounded by the
Green.
Bucks. Giannis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. He dishes it to Lopez. Back to Giannis. A rebound by the Lakers. McGee's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Caldwell Pope and Middleton with the block.
Well, the long arms of Middleton getting up there on defense and throwing that one away.
Green against Giannis. And he puts it in from the low post. Giannis has got 24 points.
This is why
이번엔
you gotta
무조건
love where
성공시켜야 돼.
Giannis is in the young part of his career, willing to drain a crucial
아.
shot for his ball club.
The Bucks have gotten only 1 of their first 5 shots to drop here in overtime. Hill deciding where to go with it. High arcing shot.
그렇지.
It's hauled in by Los
오.
Angeles.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can
자,
tell
5점
takes every
차면
possession
이겼어.
defensively very seriously.
이거 하나만 막으면 된다.
Back to Giannis. He feeds it to Lopez. It's good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
What a beautiful play. Giannis so mobile coming off the picks. And did I mention long?
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
They had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
The Bucks making a switch here.
이거로.
DiVincenzo's checked in.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game.
이겼다.
Now
와.
looking to finish it.
No, great job of
이렇게
getting in
끈질기네.
position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Timeout called.
진짜
The Bucks.
쿤보가 괴물은 괴물이네.
They're down by
아,
5. 16 seconds left to play in the first overtime. What do you think, guys?
Score, then hope for some missed free throws or a turnover at the other end.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
And now we've got the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They've used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. They escape with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks very much. Dwight coming off of the loss in the last game.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports.
아 그래도
We'll see you next time.
오랜만에 레이커스 플레이하는데 쫄깃하게 경기를 아슬아슬하게. 밀워키가 능력치는 좋지 않은데 세긴 세는 그 쿤보 한 명 때문에 자, NBA 2K20 밀워키 벅스 대 LA 레이커스 경기 11월 20일 경기 플레이 해봤고요. 방송 여기까지 하도록 하겠습니다. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다.